t-shirt the other day. It said, Arkansas, the vacation state of the future. And I thought, either this is a joke shirt and it's funny, or it's not a joke shirt and it's really funny. MTV True Life did a special about a homosexual teenager named TJ, about how he struggled with his sexual orientation. His parents were giving him shit about it. They sent him to therapy. They sent him to religious ministers for healing. And it was a really deep episode. But at the end of it, the screen goes black and a block of text appears that says, as of today, TJ is still in the closet. No, he's not. I think a documentary on MTV about your gayness is one bold step out of the closet. Unless they ended it like this. As of today, TJ is still in the closet. So shh, keep it on the DL. If you're gay and you don't want to just come out and say you're gay, you could say something like, hey, we're going to go watch Disney on Ice. You want to come? I asked my roommate one time, I said, do you say either or either? And so he looked it up, and he said, you can say either. Fucking with me? I lived in the dorms when I first moved to Baton Rouge, Kirby Smith dormitories. It was fun, it was exciting. It's an environment where all your neighbors are your peers. And at any moment, a party can go down like that. Which is why I think living in a nursing home would be a lot like living in the dorm. It's the same idea, only this time Rita shits herself every now and then. Seriously, I want to know, what's it like? Who's getting laid? I'm sure the ones that can still think and act for themselves are getting asked, but I'd be willing to bet the lunatics are getting hit on too. Hey baby, what's going on? I have an apple! Yeah, you do got that apple, don't you, baby?
I think your barometer of gayness should be, if you're a heterosexual male, heterosexual. How many times you've seen The Notebook? I've seen The Notebook 8 times, which is twice the legal limit of gayness. And because the first time you watch it, you know, you're probably watching it with some girl, it's like, oh my god, it's such a classic love story, let's watch it. And you're like, alright, because you know, you got a blanket on your lap, think you're going to get an HJ. Unless she has no arms. And, but doesn't mean she can't enjoy The Notebook. But, so you watch it, and the second time you see it, it's on HBO, you're like, oh yeah, I'll watch it. It's totally got jerked off while I was watching this movie, I'll watch it again. And then the third time you wonder if you could ever love the way that Noah loves. And then the fourth time you watch it, you wonder if she's going to go back with Lana or if she's going to come back to Noah, because he built her the entire house and he had the whole thing, and it was, he told her he promised her he would, and he took her back to where the ducks were, and then Lana was like, oh my god, then she goes back and see him, we don't know if she's going to come back, and then she does. Yes. Oh my god, I'm such a fag. And, yeah. So, I'd like to tell you a story. It's a true story, if I could. It was a long time ago, I was at a bar, and Shaquille O'Neal walked in to the bar, and first thing that goes through my head was, oh, I gotta see his dick. I got to. I just have to. And so, this is a true story. And I posted up outside of his private room, just thinking, you know, he has to go to the bathroom at one point or another. And he did. So I beelined it right behind him. So he walks into the bathroom. He posts up in the middle stall, because Shaq knows what he's dealing with. He knows what he's packing. And I get up right next to him right here. So he's pissing. I pull out my penis. And thinking to myself, I was like, this is it, Joe, man. This is it. This is do or die. Either you're going to see Shaq's dick, or you're not. So I give him one of these. Why does Shaq have his leg propped up in the urinal? That's not his leg. That's not even the weird part. Weird part is, I'm gonna have a visual aid. So imagine, if you will, I'm urinating, and so I'm sitting there, and I look at it. And it looks right back at me. And I'm saying, eye to, eye. And Shaq's already back in his private room at this point. His dick is still there. and it's staring at me. And that's not even the weird part. It started to sing to me. It was a duet, and I knew my part. You ain't gotta say too much from the look in your eyes. I can tell you wanna fuck. You ain't gotta call me a boo, just as much as you wanna fuck. I wanna fuck.
Took that with me today. And I've come to appreciate the idea that whenever you're driving and you come to the situation where you have two lanes and one of the lanes has to, this is a visual image, I'm gonna do it. Two lanes has to merge, one of them has to merge into the other lane to one lane. You've all been there, so I don't know, you figure it out. Anyway, so you're doing that shit. I've come to realize that if you're in the lane that the cars are merging into, no matter how passive of a person you are, when you're in that moment, you become the most aggressive, territorial animal of the species. And I especially am that kind of guy. And I know that like, when I'm driving, and some guy tries to start merging in front of me, all of a sudden, I'm a mama grizzly bear, and that Honda Civic's trying to eat my babies. And I'm not falling for that. I made the conscious decision to change lanes 2 seconds earlier. You can work out your lane changing crossing. You can work it out behind me. Because I got a birthright to this lane, and I'll be damned if I'm gonna let peasant trash into it. I decided that no matter what life is like, I'm gonna treat my kids like we're poor and it's the 90s. They're gonna be like, cell phone, Dad? I'd be like, cell phone? No. You get a beeper till you're a senior in high school, then you can have my old Nokia. Till then, you can clean up all your Paula Abdul cassette tapes off the dinner table, because we're gonna have blue box macaroni and cheese and a glass of Surge. And then I'm gonna quiz you on your homework and see if you can tell me the names of all 9 planets. That's a cheap joke.
SalamiVice.com